Christine. Today we're discussing the first book in Marie Lu's Legend series, Legend. This book was fantastic, just such an epic concept, and I'm so excited for where the rest of this series is going. The second book in this series comes out January 29th, so really soon. I read it just in time. The whole story escalates so quickly, and then you can't put the book down. If you haven't read Legend, it's a dystopian. It's told from dual points of view, a boy and a girl, and I really love both characters. They both live in the Republic of the States of America, or, something to that effect. And what has happened, it seems, is that we have divided. Civil war has broken out in the United States, and the people who are living in the Republic section, which is kind of, if you drew a line through the middle of Texas and put it up to the United States, the western half of it is the Republic. They don't even know that there once was a United States. And the other side, they call it the colonies, which is, I'm assuming, is us, the United States, and the Republic broke off, and we're over here, the colonies, trying to bring it back. All the children are raised to be soldiers, and if they're not good enough to be soldiers, they're thrown out and killed when they're 10 years old. It's just really great, and I highly recommend you pick this up and read it, and then you can enjoy Prodigy when it gets released really soon. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say in the non-spoilery section. I want to discuss the story, so if you haven't read Legend, leave now so you're not spoiled. If you have, stay with us! Okay! Day in June. I love how, we're kind of detached from them in the beginning. We don't immediately latch onto them as characters, and then as they get closer to each other, we get closer to each of them. It's really interesting how the government doesn't know what Day looks like, so his picture is always different on the Jumbotron. He's a wanted criminal in their society, wanted for being awesome. So we don't really exactly know what he looks like until June tells us what he looks like. And we don't know what June really looks like until Day tells us what June looks like. A really fun build till they meet. I still kind of like Day better. And I love June too. She needed that revelation so she could see the big picture. And we all knew she was gonna see the big picture. You can see it in her personality. She's a good person. She wants to do the right thing. She's just confused. It kind of reminds me of Sydney from the Vampire Academy series. You just need to get over it and accept that everything you've learned is a lie. From the very beginning with that car crash with her parents, there's a car crash. The car crashes don't just happen. I really dislike that commander. Really, really dislike her. Very cold. And so is Thomas. I was so... ugh. He was kind of that creepy person who likes you, who's actually a serial killer. Then we got her brother Matthias, who I wish we got to know more. I wish stayed with us a little longer because he seems fantastic. I love how smart both of our main characters are and how observant they are. They're both like Sherlock. They both can pick things up and know the history of you in 2 seconds, and it's awesome. Oh my, when Day jumped out that 3-story jump, thought he was gonna have to grab onto something, that he was worried. But he just free falling, I'm not worried, I know how to land, it's cool. And I love how he's the legend, and the next book is Prodigy, and she's the prodigy. But really, he's a prodigy too. It makes me so mad that they chose to just experiment on him when he got a perfect score. Oh. When Day threw his knife and hit Matthias's shoulder, I believed him that he hit his shoulder, but Day had just, fallen 3 stories. Vision was blurring and going in and out. So when we found out that Matthias is killed, I thought that he had miscalculated. So the plague. I did think that the plague was being issued on purpose. I thought maybe the colonies were actually releasing that as a strategy. Still, why are they testing it on their own people? Why wouldn't they test it on prisoners of war or something? Okay, let's talk about this quarter. They just destroyed all evidence that there was ever a United States. I don't understand why they want to be separate from the colonies. I'm really interested in what's going on in the colonies, why this happened in the first place. It's had to be going on for at least maybe 100 years now, because even the parents don't have any idea that the United States was a real thing. So what caused the split? Because it wasn't slavery. What was it? What's going on? And what kind of government is in the colonies? Because they called their president a chancellor, which is interesting. It just reminds me of Hitler, so I hope that's not happening. But they call themselves the Patriots, and they leave the United States flag when the Patriots win a battle. So I have hope that hopefully reunited United States will emerge out of this series. But the reveal that the quarter was in the necklace was just like, whoa! It's like the last piece of evidence that the USA was a thing. Yeah, it's pretty important now. It has gets pushed in this kiss fight, and it's really upsetting, and I knew June was gonna come to the rescue, because she's awesome. Kate fights dirty. I don't know if I like her. I know she's a patriot, and she's working on the bright side, but really dislike her way of going about this. She's too rough around the edges. Just don't stab people. This is not a real fight. This is just a thing you're doing for bets. Why? And then, of course, Day rescues June. Their relationship and the way it progressed, I just loved it. It was just really funny to switch back and forth between their perspectives of each other. That whole cheap wine scene was just so funny, and it was so nice, and but it's funny at the same time. I don't know if you know this, but you're really attractive. And then she gives him up still, which I understand. And then, of course, Day's mom died. I outwardly gasped really loud when that happened. Was not expecting her to be shot in the head just like that. That was sad, and I was mad. And then from that point on, we're just waiting for June to get to her senses, break them out, because we know what's gonna happen. It's like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith ordeal. Come together! And now that they're together, dude, I think they could do anything together. I am so excited to see what they do in the next book. I don't know how they're gonna get eaten out, but I'm just glad they're together. Because together, they can accomplish so many things. This book would just make such an excellent film. It's perfect. It's not too long. It's visually exciting and non-stop action. The breakout scene at the end was the most epic thing, and June is taken by Thomas. All of a sudden that bomb goes off and the lights are cut. Shoving Thomas. I'm listening to the Inception soundtrack at this point. So freaking epic going along with these last few chapters. When they get on the motorcycles, it was just so good. It was so exciting. Two very strong, very intelligent main characters. I really just hope that these two prodigies stay together and work together towards a common goal. I hope they don't get in an argument because they're both pretty headstrong. I love that moment where the next morning after she finds out that he's Day, she looks all taken back and upset, and he's like, did I do something to piss her off? Like, why is she acting like that? Yesterday she was so into me. It was so hard to see Day chained up. Responsible for the explosion of a military plane. Yeah, I'm kind of proud of that one. Share your thoughts, your favorite parts. Who do you prefer, Day or June? Still leaning a little bit more towards Day. I think he'll be faster to accept things that they have to do than June will, but you know, who knows? Now June is turned against the system. So exciting. What do you think is gonna happen in Prodigy? I'll talk to you soon. I'm Christine.